Good afternoon. It is 4:41 p.m. on March 24th, 2020. We are going to resume the reading of Other People's Money by Louis Brandeis. But today we're going to go ahead and return to the reading from Benjamin Franklin, as well as continue on the exchange between the former governor of Pennsylvania and the House of Representatives concerning the emission of paper money. I think that these three actually provide a very nice contrast, and if one would like to potentially consider it as such, maybe even consideration of aesthetics concerning processes of continuity in consideration of things that were going on at the same time in different places. So I'm going to start first with Other People's Money and How the Bankers Use It by Louis Brandeis. Beginning about halfway down on page 137. Steamships. The history of our steamship lines is similar. In 1807, Robert Fulton, with the financial aid of Robert R. Livingston, a judge and statesman, not a banker, demonstrated with the Clermont that it was practicable to propel boats by steam. In 1833, the three Cunard brothers of Halifax and 232 other persons, stockholders of the Quebec and Halifax Steam Navigation Company, joined in supplying about $80,000 to build the Royal William, the first steamer to cross the Atlantic. In 1902, many years after individual enterprises had developed practically all the great ocean lines, J.P. Morgan and Company floated the International Mercantile Marine with its $52,744,000 of 4.5 bonds, now selling at about 60, and $100,000 of stock, preferred in common, on which no dividend has ever been paid. It was just 62 years after the first regular line of transatlantic steamers, the Cunard, was founded that Mr. Morgan organized the Shipping Trust. This ends about a third of the way down on page 138. But in light of today's events, I'm also going to read the next section, which is considerably short. It is only one paragraph, beginning about halfway down on the page 138. Telegraph. The story of the telegraph is similar. The money for developing Morse's invention was supplied by his partner and co-worker, Alfred Vail. The initial line from Washington to Baltimore was built with an appropriation of $30,000 made by Congress in 1843. 66 years later, J.P. Morgan and Company became bankers for the Western Union through financing its purchase of the American Telephone and Telegraph Company. It ends about 7 lines up from the bottom on page 138.